I'm in Finland. It's 1 year after the launch of a first-of-its-kind experiment here in the country. We're talking about universal basic income. Here's how it works. Researchers randomly selected 2,000 unemployed people between the ages of 25 and 58 from around Finland. Each month, those 2,000 people receive 560 euros, which is about 670 bucks, tax-free. What they do with the money is entirely up to them. The purpose of the experiment is to address unemployment here in Finland. The government hopes that it will encourage unemployed people to take jobs instead of being afraid of losing their unemployment benefits. So 1 year into the experiment, is it working? We went to Finland to find out. It wasn't easy finding someone who's actually receiving the free money. Researchers are keeping the names of the recipients private to try to keep the results consistent. But we did manage to find Mika Rusinen on Facebook, and he agreed to meet us at his office in Tampere, about 2 hours north of Helsinki. So, we are going to meet Mika now at his office. He's here, he's agreed to meet us during his lunch break. The fact that we're meeting him at his office is actually a promising sign. It means he has a job, so we'll see what he has to say. Hi, Mika.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Elizabeth.
too.
Thanks so
Hi,
much for having us here today.
Okay, great, actually.
Let's
go
get
inside.
started. Cool.
Yeah.
Mika was doing an internship at an IT company where he now works full-time when he found out he was selected for Finland's basic income trial. When you first found out that you were going to be part of the trial, did you tell people or did you want to keep it secret?
When I first received the letter, I opened it, I didn't understand it at all, and so I gave it to my wife and asked about her what the heck is this.
Mika had been unemployed for 16 months before he decided to go back to school to switch career paths into IT. Do you find there's less bureaucracy than there was when you were receiving benefits for being unemployed?
Yeah, definitely, and that's the best part of the basic income, that it would mean much less bureaucracy. People who are using the system are already using the system. The basic income encourages people to do work. Mika said the 560 euros a month wouldn't be enough to live on, but it's given him flexibility for things like a family vacation or the possibility of starting his own business. He's proud to be part of the experiment in Finland, but he's not sold on the idea that you should continue receiving free cash even when you're well off. There's no getting out. If I won $1 million at the lottery, they would still give it to me.
It's a pretty weird idea.
Yeah. It's strange.
Our next step was to find out what the researchers think about the universal basic income experiment so far. Kela is the arm of the Finnish government that's implementing the trial. So we are at the office here at Kela in Helsinki. We're about to meet with one of the main researchers now. Researcher Miska Simamainen said he won't actually hear from any of the participants until the trial concludes at the end of 2018. But the experiment has already revealed one of the biggest issues with universal basic income: funding.
We had to make many practical compromises during the design process of the experiment.
Researchers only had enough funding to hand out cash to 2,000 people, and they chose to limit their sample to participants who were unemployed. Do you envision a world where eventually there could be everyone in Finland has universal basic income?
There is a strong consensus between political parties that the current social security system should be reformed.
But we found there is disagreement about how to reform the system. Is the idea that universal basic income is actually going to take the place of some of the other benefits here in Finland.
That's the way that the discussion is, that if we're going to give you universal basic income, then we're going to cut from other sectors.
This is Antti Ohanen. He's the author of a book about welfare in Finland. He sees universal basic income not as a way to replace the current welfare system, but as an added benefit.
Our path shouldn't be to create low-wage jobs, but to really improve education and improve people's skills. And I think giving the kind of freedom that true universal basic income would provide might help with that.
It looks like the trial is off to a good start here, but it still seems like it's a long way away from universal basic income being universal here in Finland. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out more of our stories, we have an Explains about universal basic income and other CNBC Explains up on our YouTube page. While you're at it, give us some suggestions. We're looking for other ideas and subscribe to our channel. See you later.